Cole removes his knee pad, hits the last shot, but Cole doesn't pin Lee. He kind of goes, okay, I need to do a little bit more. He sets Lee up for a second rope Panama Sunrise. This is countered by Keith Lee into the Spirit Bomb. Lee then hits the Big Bang Catastrophe for the win. Keith Lee is our new NXT and North American champion. The back end of that match was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
It was non-stop. It reminded me a bit of a New Japan style match where they're just trading. Big move after big move. You'll have those moments of pause where the guys are recovering and selling the impact of every move that has been hit. It was just kind of back and forth. Brilliant job by the talent in the crowd. I thought they honestly for a second I thought I was just watching a regular episode of NXT. So fantastic job by them. They deserve a lot of credit for that. And I mean, what a moment for Keith Lee.
Oh, it's huge.
There's not a guy more deserving on the roster, really. Yeah, his title reign as the North American champion might have been a bit flat at times. But I think he's someone that luckily creative loves, and so do I. You know, it's not that often where I really love a performer and creative think the same. So I'm just kind of enjoying this, that they clearly rate him as much as I do.
Yeah, he's definitely someone who you can get behind. He's a likable character and a likable guy. He's a very talented wrestler. And I think what you said towards the end there, when the match felt like you were watching a New Japan match, per se, is that in recent months or in recent takeovers, the main events have felt like it's gone on a bit too long. Like it was way too many near falls. I thought this was perfect.
Yes, I'd agree.
Because it was enough of a few kickouts where you think this is a big match feel, but not enough to the point where you're like, this is getting ridiculous now. And I thought they got that nail on the head in terms of it wasn't like 5 last shots and 3 spirit bombs followed by that and then a close kick out. It was done very well, and I was skeptical about that just because of the magnitude of the match, that I thought that they would maybe try and overbook it. But no, they didn't
at all.
And I'm very glad as well there was no Undisputed Era involvement.
Oh, me too. I
think that really, because I was clicking on the time and I was thinking, right, when are they going to run down? But I think that really, it was a good decision to not have them involved at all. And it's just the sheer end of the last 20-25 minutes of the show is just focused on this match and this match alone. No interference, no funny business. Keith Lee v Adam Cole. And like we said, when this was all sort of planned, it was the outcome that we expected, and that Keith Lee is the first double champion in NXT history.
He is.
And that's something you can't take away. The first.
Yeah. I mean, my only concern is what they're going to do with each individual title. Other than that, this was fantastic. Even though the finish was spoiled, it was still massively enjoyable, and it didn't take away too much from the match. It was those final kind of 10 minutes were just another level, I thought. Fantastic job by both those guys, and it was for sure the high point of the. You know, in terms of just regular NXT TV, I think that possibly might be my favorite match in many, many months. Even though this was an event as such, for sure the best match of the Great American Bash.
And given the parameters of it, you'd expect that to be the best match and the participants in it, really.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you? And that was NXT, or the Great American Bash.
Oh, something we've forgotten was someone overlooking the celebration.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Which was a lovely, in my opinion, foreshadowing of Keith Lee's future, it seems. Whether or not this means that Karrion Kross is vying for both titles,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that is my only question.
In my veins. Get that in
That
my
is my
veins.
only question.
Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, give it to me.
Yeah, my only question coming out of this is what's going to happen in regards to him having both belts. Does this mean that, per se, on a takeover, he's wrestling twice? Or, I know it wasn't technically a unification match where both belts become one. So I'd like to see where they go from here. And also, I hope that this doesn't devalue the North American title. Because, holding both of them, obviously, we do put the North American title lower than the NXT Championship, but
1A and 1B though.
Yeah, it's not by much at all. Yeah, so I think having that moment, like we said, we thought Karrion Kross would have some involvement at the end, but I'm glad it was just this because it still felt like Keith Lee's moment.
Yeah,
but it was there, and it's something that you'll remember, and that he's just watching, and he's coming for it. TikTok.
He is for sure. I mean, I don't know what you do in that, but that's good. I don't know who win.
This was what we were like after In Your House. We were like, for most of the belts, where do you go from here? And then the next episode of NXT was like one of the best of the year. So hopefully the unknown is going to deliver again, and either we'll have a very good NXT or we'll have a very clear idea of the stories and in particular the titles going forward.